Today I wanted to show you how to make basic pizza dough, which you can make in any model Thermomix, but I want to show you how to do it on manual mode on the TM7. Now this recipe can be made on guided cooking on the 5, 6 or 7, but today, just wanted to show you manual mode. So I'll show you what it looks like on the screen. Everyone's home screen looks a little bit different based on how you've set it up. I've got mine with these modes here, but whenever you want to get cooking manually, you come down here and press this blade button, which is how to access the modes. Now, your scales are always on the side there. Just touch the Thermomix. So I can just get starting to add my ingredients. And then when I want to use the dough mode, I'll come here and press this. So it's going to be very, very easy. Okay, so the first ingredient, the first ingredient I'm going to add is my water. So I want 280 grams. So I'm watching the scales over here as I add my water. Oh, I went a little over, and that's okay because it's a smidge. And then I'm going to press tare because I want to add my next ingredient, which is some yeast. Now, because the TM6 and TM7 scales go in 1 gram increments, it is very easy to sprinkle in or drizzle in tiny amounts, and it is weighing it for you. So I'm looking for 7 grams of yeast. A little bit more. Got it. So I've got the water and the yeast in. You can add a teaspoon of sugar now if you want to. I'm just leaving that out. So the reason a lot of recipes have a bit of sugar is they're wanting to activate that yeast, but I can do that in the Thermomix. If I go to manual mode here, I'm going to choose to set this for 2 minutes. And I want 37 degrees, speed 1. And so I've set my time, temperature, and speed, and now I just press play, and it starts going. So that's going to activate that yeast to 37 degrees, which is your body temperature. It's the perfect temperature to start making your dough. And I'll come back. Okay, so that has finished. So I'm just going to open my lid and add my next ingredient. So I want to go back to the scales. I can either go back to manual mode here, or I could access the scales anytime from the cooking center, which is at the top. But the scales are right there. So I want to add 500 grams of baker's flour or pizza flour or 00 flour, whatever you want to use. And I want 20 grams of olive oil. So I've just pressed tare and I'll watch it here. Drizzling slowly in. And I want 7 grams of salt. I mill my own salt in the Thermomix, just from rock salt. So I got my own cooking salt without any additives. Just one thing you can do, speed 10 for 10 seconds. So that's all the ingredients of the pizza dough. It's just very basic. We've got water, yeast, flour, oil, and salt. And so I'm going to come now to my manual mode just to combine the ingredients for a few seconds on speed. Oops. I pressed the wrong button. I want about speed 5, I reckon, just to combine the ingredients for a few seconds. I didn't set a time because I'm just going to just let it go for a few seconds and then stop. And I can show you what we have, but now I want to get to dough mode. So it's just combined a little bit there, but now I actually want to just press dough mode. You don't have to open the lid and get started. You can either preset a time and it will count down, or you can just get started and be ready to stop it when you want to stop it. I want this to knead for about 2 minutes. I'm not going to stress too much if it's a little bit under or over the 2 minutes. But yeah, that's our pizza dough basically. And 2 minutes of kneading in here is a good equivalent of 20 minutes hand punching. So it does a really good job of getting that dough ready for you very fast. And because we've activated the yeast at 37 degrees, it's also going to rise nicely for us pretty quickly compared to had we not done that. Okay, we'll come back when it's ready. Okay, I just came back to say one of our normal safety instructions when you're kneading dough in your Thermomix is to stay close to the Thermomix because the machine can move a little. You may notice my Thermomix is kneading, but it's staying pretty still. The TM7 has an inbuilt glider board into its feet, sort of that feature. And if you have a TM6 with a glider board, that's also going to make it a lot sturdier as well. But still, stay in the area, keep an eye on it anytime your Thermomix is kneading for you. I'm going to stop that now. It's been going just a little bit over 2 minutes. So we'll see we have our pizza dough there, nicely combined. And I'm going to wrap it in my Thermomat here to get the dough out of the Thermomix bowl. If you tip it upside down, you've got some feet here. Mine's already fallen out. But if it hasn't fallen out, you just twist the blades and it should fall out. I do have another little bit in there. And if you've got long nails and you can't twist the blade, you can use the end of your spatula. I don't know if you can see that, but the end of your spatula to twist it for you. I don't have a long nail problem. And your dough just falls out. I'll just wrap the dough up. So if you don't have a Thermomat, you can put it in a bowl in a warm place with a tea towel over it, whatever. I'm just going to wrap it up in my mat and keep it there maybe 20 minutes to half an hour. And then to clean my bowl, I'm putting in enough water to cover the blades. You can add a bit of vinegar or dishwash liquid if you want, but I will end up doing a sort of a dishwash liquid from my wand in the sink anyway, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. But I will show you how to find pre-clean mode. So if we go out of dough mode, we're back here into all of our modes. Pre-clean is here. The other way to find pre-clean, you can always find it up here in your control center here. And I'm going to choose dough mode because that's what I've made. I've made dough, so I will press the dough clean mode. And so that's just going to do a little self-clean for me. Okay, I've got my pizza dough here. It's been rising for about 20 minutes. You can do it longer if you want it to rise more, but this is going to be enough for me for today. It's pretty soft actually. Good dough. So I am going to, you can separate this into a few different pizzas if you want. I'm actually just going to make one big thicker pizza today. And you can use a rolling pin. I'm just using my hands because I want it to be rustic. I want this pizza dough to end up looking a bit homemade. Don't want it to look too perfect. So I'm just using my hands, and I'm using the mat because it's a nice non-stick surface to use. And I'm trying to get a big rectangle. That looks pretty good. It's okay if it's a bit round. I'm going to bake this on one of our rose gold baking trays. So I've already got a mat in this one, so I'm not going to need to cook it on my Thermomix mat today. Get my dough. So making your own pizza dough is a really good cost saver. So this dough costs me about 80 cents to make. I buy my baker's flour in bulk, and my yeast I buy in the big canister. The rest is just salt, oil. It's quite cheap to make your own pizza dough. So it's one of our cost saver things that you can do in your Thermomix. But as you can see, it's still very quick to do. So it's not taking you all day to make your own pizzas. And so that's my dough rolled out. And normally for pizza, obviously you can do whatever you want. We've got a great Pizza Bianca recipe where we add garlic and rosemary on top with olive oil and salt. It's absolutely delicious. Or add your pizza sauce, cheese, toppings, whatever you want. Today I'm going to add some caramelized onions that I've just made in the Thermomix using the browning mode. And so I'm adding that onto my pizza. And this is just one onion. Obviously, you can do more if you like a lot. But I'm going to spread this out on my pizza and bake it with some feta. It's going to be a delicious sort of white pizza with onion and feta. And so I will show you when it is ready. Okay, so I've just taken my pizza out of the oven. So you can see I've got a beautiful pizza here. I just put on the caramelized onions, the feta, and some rosemary and salt. And I'll slice in and I'll show you it bigger. I don't know if you can see. Delicious. I'm just going to slice in. Show you the inside as well. Lovely, crispy bottom, soft on the inside, but beautiful pizza. So there you go. That's our pizza dough and our caramelized onions in the Thermomix.